So, here we are, walking down the stairs, and say hello. We're washing up. We're not washing up. You're washing up. Okay. So the plan is today, we've been back from Florida for how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And the truth is, we've just lived out of suitcases for 2 weeks. So we've finally reached the end of our tether with this house, and it's an absolute mess. So we're gonna clean the house. Chris is starting on the dishes. Chris just can't help herself. I want breakfast first, but she's just like, no, everything needs doing right now. So for ages, I've been doing to-do lists pretty much every day. But since we got back from Florida, I haven't done one to-do list. And the reason I personally do to-do lists is to deal with, I suppose, anxiety really. But it makes me feel accomplished. Not that I need a medal every time I do anything. What was that? What did you say? Say it to the camera. You sure? Yeah. Okay, no problem. So Chris just said, although I would love one, I don't believe her. And you shouldn't believe her either. So I've been laughed at for these. Whilst Chris is making noise, I'm gonna walk back in here. I've been laughed at for ages for these to-do lists, because people just, it's just me, so people just think it's funny. But I'm gonna prove a point today to Chris, and I've told her this morning before I started recording that I'm gonna, did that rhyme?
No, we're just listening something back.
Oh, okay. Loads of people have probably turned off anyway, and
No, I was in the middle of, I was in my own little world.
you in your own little world a lot, really, aren't you? Oh, my arm hurts. This vlogging is really, it's tiring stuff. But I'm gonna prove a point today, and I am gonna do a family to-do list. No, we are gonna do a family to-do list. Chris has already done one of the to-do list things, and she's washed up. This is because she doesn't need a to-do list, but I do. But, you know, don't judge me. So the time is not 20 past 6. It's been 20 past 6 in this house for about 3 weeks now. But whatever time it is, we're actually gonna get some breakfast first, and then we're gonna start this day. Really excited to spend the day with me?
Yep.
She doesn't mean that.
What do you do as you're told, to be honest?
Okay, cool. So I've got to do what I'm told.
Yeah.
I've got to follow all instructions, and hopefully, at the end of the day, I'll get a medal. We're gonna go and get some breakfast, and then we'll be back in a minute. Oh, a pigeon! You might have seen on our last video that we bought Betsy this from Pets at Home, and she absolutely loves it. Don't you, Betsy? Don't you, Betsy? Don't you, Betsy? Get it, Betsy! Get it, Betsy! Get it, Betsy! Get it! Ah! Go! And as you probably saw from that last shot, this house is an absolute mess. There's just stuff lying everywhere because, like I said, nice of Betsy to interrupt. Like I said, we've been living out of a suitcase for about 2 weeks, so we can't do that anymore. So Betsy's got this thing, right, where she'll eat her food, but then she'll take some of it and she'll eat it around about here. It's just this spot here. She's always done it. Obviously, it wouldn't be a family to-do list today without having a to-do list for Betsy to do. Should be fun. Anyway, breakfast is actually done now, so see you in a minute. Breakfast is finished, and look who has joined us.
Part of it, isn't it? If all the giants are blind, yeah.
Breakfast has been had. And what did you just say to me? Oh, Chris said, do you know what time it is? Yes, I know what time it is now. It's time to do the to-do list. We're about to, wait. We're gonna put music on now to do all of this cleaning stuff, but we don't want YouTube to come at us for copyright on vlog number 1. So this is where we insert generic time-lapse video of us doing to-do lists. So We have these. We're about to do a magic trick. Watch this. Ready? Well, that was a fail. Anyway, we're continuing. So, Betsy's still being a guard dog. Aren't you, Bets? You're being a good girl as well. So, I'm leaving Chris to hoover the stairs, and I'm going to do a very good deed and make a cup of tea. Betsy doesn't like the hoover, so we're going to play with her pig in the meantime. Betsy, you ready? Ready? Go fetch it. Fetch it back then. Come on then. Good girl. See how unsure she is of it? See, she's still so unsure of the hoover. Catch it. Oh, nearly. I'm also being laughed at today because I have a certain pair of socks on, let's just say. Long story short, I went dressed as Velma from Scooby-Doo to Butlins for an adults weekend. And I've decided that these socks that came with the costume are the most comfortable socks I own. So I've put them on today and I'm being laughed at, aren't I?
Yep.
Do you like them, Bet? Do you like my socks? Betsy? But oh, even Betsy doesn't like my socks. Do you like my socks? That wasn't enough! If you've watched the previous video on our channel, you'll see that this angry bird, that one, once made an appearance. We gave it to Betsy and then she just completely tore it apart. If you own a sausage dog, you'll know exactly what we mean when we say that they can be really destructive. Yeah, I'm talking about you. So Betsy's been woken up by the postwoman, but she didn't bark. If you own a sausage dog, you'll know that they bark at everything. So I have some news. We got distracted. Chris is now working. However, the room is clean. So that's the to-do list. Basically, all of the upstairs still needs to be sorted out. And we might or might not still be living out of suitcases for another couple of days. Now, I know this vlog has been very random, but if you're anything like me and you want to try and get over some kind of anxiety, try a to-do list. But my advice would be, do it better than what we've done it today. Because if you're anything like me, really, or like us, halfway through the day, you'll just get distracted and sit there and not do everything that you wanted to do earlier on in the morning. But at least Betsy finished her to-do list. She slept. She's currently sleeping still. She played with her pig. She was cute all day. She followed us around. She got scared by the Hoover as well.
She randomly barked at nothing.
She did randomly bark at nothing.
I still don't know what it was.
She barked and then went to the window to investigate, then realised that there was nothing there. So she barked at nothing. Anyway, we don't know what's coming next, but there is something coming next. We've just got to work that out. So if you're still watching, thanks. Yeah, God knows why you're still watching, but thank you anyway. We appreciate it. I'm going to do that cheesy YouTube thing now. Are you ready? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already.
And your friend will be coming soon.
Yes, we are getting Betsy a new friend, as promised. To be honest, we're not sure whether we should thank you all or not for subscribing, because before we go, a couple of weeks ago, we put a video on the channel and it was Betsy basically saying that if this channel gets to 1,000 subscribers, then we'll get her a friend. We're not a massive channel, we know this, But we started, I think it was on about 680 subscribers. And then over the course of about a week or so, it went over 1,000 and we couldn't really believe it. Of course, we appreciate it. We're not going to take over the world anytime soon by doing this YouTube thing, but now we have to get her a friend, and that is a shame, obviously. Like the video said, imagine 2 of Betsy running around. That is definitely happening. We're not sure yet when it's going to be. Make sure you do subscribe and like this video if you've enjoyed it, and if you haven't, then I'm really sorry. But stick around, because like I said, there is more coming, and we'll see you for the next one. Not sure when it's going to be, but do like and subscribe if you want to see more.